All right, what's going on, guys? Back at it with another MLB DFS video. We're doing FanDuel and DraftKings. It's been a rough, it's been a little rough. So one of the days, Funk texted me. He's just like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't even care. We're going to DraftKings. And I was like, this is either going to be really good or really bad. And it's kind of worked out. Yesterday, what was that guy's name from Colorado that was like batting eighth or ninth?
Hunter Goodman.
I've never heard of that guy in my entire life. Funk sends this lineup. I'm like, okay, we did a full core stack and it worked out. Didn't look good at first, but then I'm driving home and I just see like Hunter Goodman 3-run home run, and then that solidified everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
He
from
was, he
now,
was always like a filler in the lineup. He's been called up. He was called up a little bit last year, and he's done well in AAA. He's got some power, and I was just like, okay, he's basically min price. I can fit Tatis in this lineup, who did absolutely nothing, by the way. But then I basically went with the chalk pictures of Wheeler and the Twins guy, and we would have been cruising to an easy cash, but the Twins win like back to back to back home runs, and they were all like 25% owned. Which first of all, I just didn't understand. I mean, I guess it was the White Sox pitching staff, but still, that seems egregious. Um, but the game stack came through, so
and I made my own FanDuel lineup and I had Julian along with Bryce Harper, who you play the narrative he's becoming a dad. That worked out. Um, but I think what we'll do, we'll go over pitchers first on both sides and then stacks and then just kind of go through prices on batters if there's anything kind of crazy, maybe guys taking like worth taking shots on. What is going on here? All right. So we'll start with FanDuel pitching. So this is everyone right now. I have it labeled as top pitcher. This is practically almost everyone on this screen is worth considering, but who are you considering right now?
yeah, it's tough because pitching looks really good for the first time pretty much all year, where the slates had like 10 guys you could go to. I mean, it's kind of the way the slate is with 13 games, but the Aces just have like pretty decent matchups. I mean, I would say Nola at the top is got probably the most difficult matchup against the Padres with Machado coming back today. He's also got the parent narrative, so if you want to play that like Harper yesterday, just go for it. Um, Gallon's okay. I don't think I would play him at 11K. That seems pretty steep for how he's looked. He's looked. Let me look at his pitch count. I mean, he has a 100 pitch count in his bag, which is nice, especially for getting the quality start. And FanDuel means a lot. I need to see if they're favored too. Uh, minus 130. I'd rather just pay the 500 for Burns. When you like, there's no way.
I know Burns has had a couple shaky starts. I mean, that's not the end of the world, but I mean, we're always gonna say this. It's Oakland, and Oakland hasn't looked too bad. But I mean, it's Corbin Burns. I mean, his last so 420 against Kansas City, he had 26. 414 against Milwaukee, he had 24. But then, I mean, his Kansas City is like his kryptonite. He can't do anything against. But first start against the Angels, he had 58. Against Boston, he had 46. I think I just saw for Oakland too. Not that it matters too much because it's Oakland, but Zach Gelof is on the IL, and that guy randomly last year just kind of went crazy. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, you can just pay up for Burns and be fine.
Yeah, I think if I'm choosing between like him, Gallon, Imanga, everyone over 10K, I'm just paying up for Burns. But it will really affect the stacks because 11.5 is that's like prime Strider price tag from last year, or like DeGrom was like 11.8. So it's kind of hard to say. But offense doesn't look that good, so I don't really mind paying down on the bets. Chris Sale looks okay. I don't really like picking on Cleveland all that much. I don't know, it's just because they always bite me whenever I play a pitcher against them and they hit like 9 singles in a row and just kill my pitcher by the third inning. Um, Crawford's okay. Don't like the price. I'd probably just play Sale over him for the K upside. And Manga's may. I mean, he's been damn good. I haven't watched him yet, so I'll raise my hand at not knowing that, but I'm sure he's fine against Boston. Evaldi, like the pitch count, he can hit the hundreds against Cincinnati. Nothing else really stands out. I saw Bailey Ober was 6,800 on DraftKings. He's 85 on FanDuel. I don't think I touched that price tag, but 68 on DraftKings looks pretty good.
I don't I don't really have much to say. I mean, like you said, Eovaldi's got the pitch count upside. He's got the long leash against Cincy, who,
Streaky.
yeah, they're streaky. I don't know. As much as it pains me to say this, Shota Imanga is the real deal. His ERA is 0.87 this season. He's 3-0. He is projected for 7% right now, and little over 4% less than Corbin Burns, which I can kind of understand. Like, if you'd rather go to Corbin Burns, if they're playing multiple lineups, I would probably get more, maybe a little less exposure, but definitely get some shares of Imanga. If you want to take a shot at Imanga and you're just playing one lineup across multiple contests, that might not be a bad idea. I mean, it's Boston. They're okay. I mean, they just had somebody else go on the IL as well. I forgot who, but I mean, with Imanga this season having a .7 ERA, that's
Cutter Crawford apparently has a .66 ERA. What I'm looking at is
I
correct.
did see a TikTok the other day of like surprise players and guys were saying Cutter Crawford. So, I mean,
I think him and Amanga are in a very similar spot. Uh,
I might
both minus 110 to win the game. So,
I might bet the under on that game.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Bailey, he's still on the IL, right? For the
he
Cubs.
broke his freaking rib,
Yeah.
so he's out for a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, take some shots there if you're playing multiple lineups. You could go over at 85 at 2% ownership against the Angels. You just better hope that Mike Trout sits today, but it's also the
I
Angels.
know, I know the Cardinals suck, but what's up with the, Buto 10% ownership? That's crazy. With
Who?
how many good scroll up Mets guy?
Oh, I don't know. I've bet this guy's under strikeouts and he always goes over.
The
He seems
biggest
like a
favorite on
guy.
the slate is, huh?
He seems like a guy like who's that guy in the Cubs? There's a pitcher on the Cubs that his strikeout prop is like very low, but he can find a way to go like 7 if you need him to. You know what I mean? I think that's what Budo is. And anytime I
Mm-hmm.
bet is under strikeouts, like if it's 4.5, he gets to like 5. Like he just barely gets there. But yeah, 10% though, that's kind of weird.
I just I just don't get it on the one pitcher site when there's so many good arms. I just want to get there, especially with how offenses project today. Like it's not like you have to pay up for the Braves in the spot or anything.
What are some guys you're looking into on DraftKings? Do you have that pulled up or do you need me to pull this up here?
I got it. Um, I mean Burns looks even better on DraftKings. He's only 9,800. So I mean Nola's price higher than him, Gallen's price higher than him. I'd probably just play Burns SP1. I mean I'm sure that's where all the ownership's going to go to. It'll probably be over 30, 40, if I had to guess. Maybe not just because the slate is so big, but I just don't really see the point of getting contrarian there when he's a minus 270 favorite. against Oakland, who I mean they keep winning games, but it's always like 4-1, 3-1. So Burns lets up four, but he goes six and has 9 Ks and like not that hurt at his price. Um, Crawford at 83 looks pretty good. Eflin at 9 Ks okay. Oh, and like I said, Ober at 68 looks pretty good if you want to fit some bats. Just his pitch count hasn't been that high, which is not that great. But on the other side, Minnesota gets to play against Sandoval, so maybe he can get the win. Sandoval is pretty cheap, so they're minus 104, so it's pretty much a toss-up game on the road.
I just pulled up the stochastic pitcher tool. Top 2% in order goes Burns, Gallen, Sale, Imanga, Budo, Crawford, Eovaldi. That practically mean, oh wait, well, that just kind of ranks them. Ownership, it goes Burns, Sale, Gallen, Eovaldi, Crawford, Budo, Imanga. Bailey Ober's projected for 18. That's actually insane. Um,
Honestly, higher.
what's up?
Honestly, thought he'd be higher.
The one thing that's interesting and looking at the pitching tool on Stochastic on Imanga, he has a 5% leverage.
It's pretty
And
good.
he's 96. And I mean, Chris Sale has looked good this year. Imanga's 9,600, Sale's 9,300. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But I mean, you paid 300 more for Imanga for that leverage spot at 8%. Cutter Crawford's getting 14%. Bailey Ober 18. Honestly, this is a slate where you just pay up for the pitchers and then worry about bats. But
Problem is, we're probably just gonna have to play the like crap Twins or something, and it's gonna screw us.
probably. I even hate to say I love Imanga today. I'm not gonna lie. If you're playing on DraftKings with two pitchers, if you're playing multiple lineups, sprinkle in a little Imanga. Or if you think, like me, that the Red Sox Cubs game could go under whatever the over under is, could just mix them in there. I don't know. So, I mean, they're both having great seasons. Let's jump into stacks for FanDuel really quick. So, the Braves. So, this is what it has right now. Um, Besides the obvious top like three, maybe four, what else is like standing out to you?
Nothing. Literally nothing. I mean, the reason the top three teams are the top three because they're pretty much the top three in baseball. Like Braves, Dodgers, Texas, you can play their offense any day you want. 365 days of the year. Um, Yanks, I never get the Yankees right. I'm not playing them. Tampa looks okay. I like the lefties on the Marlins a little bit. Uh, Against Trevor Williams, he gives up some dongs. Like maybe like Jesus Sanchez. I think he went yard yesterday. So maybe he doesn't go back to back, but maybe he gets hot bat. Baltimore looks meh. San Fran, no thanks. Like if I had to go like top five, I wrote down Tampa, Minnesota, Yanks, Toronto, Dodgers. So I guess Dodgers would be my preferred of the like pay up stacks, but I don't even know if I need to go there. I'd rather just pay up for pitcher.
Chris Bassett hasn't looked too terrible this season, but I mean, it's also the Dodgers. We know what they're capable of. Miami against Trevor Williams looks good. Baltimore against Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling is a guy that he's kind of like that Cubs pitcher I was talking about. His strikeout prop is like terrible. He doesn't really strike guys out. Um, Baltimore bats, they've been good to us in the past. They've been bad to us in the past. We don't have to worry about Jackson Holiday anymore because he got option to AAA, so I love Baltimore even more. Um, San Fran, if you're doing like a 4-2-2, if you're trying to get different, San Fran, I kind of understand why you wouldn't want to get to them, but this Quinn Priester kid, I just play a lot of MLB The Show. He's supposed to be this young prospect from like last year, maybe 2 years ago. He's supposed to be good, but I mean, he's not great yet. Um, I hate to say it too, but the Twins against Patrick Sandoval look good. They have a 0.4% leverage, which isn't much, but team total 4.4, top value 8, ownership share 4%.
Well, Park Powell has Minnesota's team total at 5.7. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so it looks like we're playing Twins again. We can't play Julian. He went yard twice yesterday. So
So bad. Who's their catcher again?
who's a catcher? Ryan Jeffers, I
He got
think.
yesterday too, and he was like 30% up for whatever reason.
Yeah, it was Jeffers.
Yeah,
We
Josh.
got lineups for Atlanta and Baltimore already. You want to hear them or do you not
I don't
care?
really care about the Atlanta one. I'm sure Albies is back, but I like
Yeah.
the Baltimore one.
Henderson, Rutschman, O'Hearn, Santander, Mountcastle, Mullins, Westberg, Cowser, Urias.
Okay. Dude, Cowser is a freak.
I
Dude
don't
goes
want to play
every
them.
day.
Um, is there any other stack for FanDuel you'd like? I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about the Twins, Baltimore, Miami. Is there anyone else that maybe Ballpark Pal doesn't love that much that maybe you sort of like worth taking a shot at?
I mean, Ober can get blown up, so maybe the Angels, but God, they're the streakiest of streaky teams. It's pretty much just four guys. It's Sano, Trout, Taylor Ward, and Neto. And it's just them, 9 through 3. And the rest of the lineup is just awful. But if you get dinged by those guys, it can get over pretty quick. Ober has a tendency to, know, get hurt very quickly in the first couple innings, then he'll try to rebound, and then he goes like 85 pitches, gets pulled 5 in the third. But I know I think I like the spot for Ober more than I like the Angels.
So let's talk about stacks for DraftKings. I'll kind of let you go over this because you're the DraftKings guy, but I'll just pull this up
It's going to
for,
be the same crap. I mean, you can see that the Twins are a little bit bumped up here. It's
yeah.
just a pricing thing. You see the top value stack almost 20% because of how damn cheap they are, which is probably why they were so owned yesterday. A lot of their pieces are like a 3K flat, like Miranda and Kirilloff and Larnick and all these guys that have power. They strike out a crap ton. So they're either getting you 0 or like 20. And there's no in between. Tampa a little higher here as well. They're pretty decent value. I like them. Like I said, I like the Marlins lefties. Toronto looks okay here. If you're paying up, just I would play the Dodgers and maybe a mini of the Braves with all these coming back. Second base is pretty crap. So if you want to pay up there, I'm gonna play. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I feel like most of the time, FanDuel, DraftKings stacks at least are sort of similar. It's just a matter of checking the price tags, see if there's anything crazier, as well as what you do with pitcher. God, Baltimore is just standing out to me today. I don't know why. They're gonna put up like 2 runs the entire game, and then I'm gonna be so pissed off. Um, what was I about to say?
Home runs.
Yeah, I don't have any, so I'm just improvising. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Uh,
You go first and I'll Follow.
Adolis Garcia off Ashcraft, Blanco off Gallon, and Pete Alonso off Mikolas.
Crap. All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Did you say anyone from Tampa?
Nope. I don't really see them popping up that much, except Randy looks okay.
I'm going with him. I mean, it's kind of crappy weather here.
Is Randy even, has he even been playing?
He had
I
a
feel like
couple of random games. It's supposed to rain all freaking day, but by like game time, it's supposed to like ease up a bit. I'm going with Rutschman, Josh Bell, Randy Rosarena.
looks
Josh
good.
Bell just switch hitter against Trevor Williams, but that should
His
just about,
former team.
huh?
He's playing his former team as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I totally knew that. That should just about do it though, unless there's something we forgot to talk about.
Nope. That should just about cover. Just make sure you check out our fan bases page. You can find our lineups there about 10 minutes before lock. And good luck to all that play the slate.